All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around here for the end of day webinar. Yeah, I mean, guys, we pretty much just finished up what I would say is probably the craziest week we've seen all year by far. This far, to me, I think it far outweighs what we saw with the Ebola craze and with the runners we had in June and July. So Cone and SPU and all that action. So again, just wanted to say congratulations to everybody, not just the people who made big wins, but even just those of you that survived your first crazy, week in the market. So many people, unfortunately, kind of lost their discipline in this market. Let losses get out of control. And I'm proud and happy to say that I don't think anybody here had that problem. So it's obvious that the risk management techniques and the strategies that we've been teaching are really rubbing off nicely, and that you guys are using those to protect your profits, to protect your accounts, proper trade planning, proper risk management, stopping out when you know you should, and all that good stuff. So again, congratulations not just to everyone that made huge amounts of money, but just even those who just survived their first insane move in the market. Really proud of all you guys, and it was a really good week all around. As far as today's particular action goes, this morning there was only a couple of decent trades out there for the long side. DCIX was the first one, was the one that I took. I mean, if you guys were here this morning, pretty much step for step through this one, we saw it setting up under VWAP. The key for my entry in this one was actually on DRYS, because with DRYS leading the sector today, we were able to actually identify some moves before in the sympathy stock. So if you notice that, for example, DRYS, and I'll just show you here, it was around 1020. So let's take a look at DRYS at around 1020. You can see that it was setting up beautifully. It was starting to set up a really nice looking cup and handle pattern here. So as this was setting up, I was thinking to myself, okay, well, this is under VWAP, shorts are in now. This is really going to explode nicely if we get through 515. That was the key level. I love the look of the DRYS chart. So what I was basically doing in this case was just anticipating that DRYS was going to break out based on this really nice looking chart with increasing volume and higher lows. And instead of playing DRYS, I liked DCIX as a sympathy play for a VWAP reclaim, and it was a massive move. So as you guys know, the trade was essentially buying the 515 breakout. There was still a lot of liquidity between 515 and 520, so even if you were a little late, it still was a nice trade. And I pieced it out all along the way. The last bit I sold was at 574, but I started taking little bits off as early as 534. And then some in the 40s, some just over 50, and then a little bit of lotto shares all the way to 74. So that was the big trade for me today. Like I say a lot of the time, guys, sometimes usually the best trade is going to be in the morning, in the first 2-3 hours of the day. Sometimes it takes a bit of patience to wait for the right setup, but that's the kind of trade where you just want to nail it. This is literally 3 or 4 minutes right here. For a fairly low risk trade. And I mean, for me, I was only really risking about $70 on this trade, and it was like a $600 trade. So it was a huge trade given the risk on it. And it was a big portion of my day today. That was DCIX. Speaking of that setup, I mean, JB's setup, his main trade today was actually DRYS long, and it was right in the same area. So when he got long DRYS, I got long DCIX. We both had the same idea. We both kind of think alike with our long setups. And his trade was, let me scroll back and chat here. Okay, so he had long DRYS at 1114, so right in this area here. And it looked, okay, so here was the trade. Long DRYS 1114 AM. Stop was 1720, so we had a clear stop in mind, a clear trade plan like we always do. Very easy to follow, and sold half at 80 just to get a profit in there, mitigate the risk. moves his stop up to break even. So this way, no matter what, he's making money. I love that strategy. It's what I do every single time. That's why with DCIX, once I sold, a quarter of it into 34, 35, I can now move my stop up to break even. And no matter what, I'm making money in the trade. And that's what it's all about. Mitigating risk and guaranteeing yourself some profits. Lock it in along the way. And then he made just an epic exit at 1950, which was sold a quarter at 1950, and then the rest at 2120, which was just below actual high a day today. So really, really well done trade by JB. I think that was perhaps his only trade today in stocks. But that's the thing about JB is he's so precise with his methods, and he looks for 1 to 3 A+, 100% solid setups, trades them, and that's his day. And I love that strategy. I definitely trade more than JB. I'll talk about trades all day long and setups, and I'm a more high frequency trader than him, but he really nails it, man. He comes out, looks for the best setup, hits it, and then he's done unless another setup comes by. So really nice job, JB, and I hope you guys had a good morning, had a good day. I hope your week went well. Again, I'm really happy to hear that everyone, didn't only just survive, but a lot of people thrived really well in this environment. So obviously the risk management and the live stream's been helping, and I really hope that you guys continue to improve each day. And as always, just reach out to me, guys, if you have any questions, if you need any help at all, whether it's psychological, or just in terms of the setups or anything at all. I can guarantee you I've been there, and I can help you, give you some words of encouragement or whatever it is that you need. So always feel free to reach out to me in chat. And again, really nice participation today in chat, guys, because there's so many stocks to be watching this week that it was almost difficult to watch them all. So this is where having a group really comes in handy. We have all eyes in the same sector, all eyes on these stocks. And there's some really nice alerts going on in the room, just letting us know what's moving, where, and the teamwork was just really, really great this week, guys. So again, congratulations. I don't know about you guys, I'm exhausted. This was one of those weeks where every single day at the close, I was just ready to fall over and die. So tired. But I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope you guys enjoy it, get a nice rest, and let's come back and just do it again next week. Again, nice job this week, guys. Thanks again. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. Cheers.